Ugh. There we go. Okay. Hang on. I'm not in my seat. Ha! There we go. Now I'm in my seat. Where's my mouse? There it is. Load campaign. Let me calibrate the face. Okay. Hide camera. There we go. Okay, I think we already bought stuff. It's just been about a week since we played, so I don't remember. Let me make sure that there's nothing in here. It seems like everything has been clicked on. So go back outside. Alright, so I guess we commence the next rite then. You and your fellow exiles arrive at a sacred site called Gale of Lu, and now look to the stars in the sky to signal the beginning of the next rite. Oh, hey Ren, thank you so much for the sub. Thank you for being here for 3 months. I really appreciate it. Here we go. Ma.
View Ori Pico just resubbed for 3 months. Nutcase 1 pets, nutcase 1 pets, nutcase 1 pets.
Ah, thank you, Ren. The woods about you bring a sense of tranquility, and you have not felt in some time. But then you notice the trees move. It shuffles towards you and regards you in exaggerated bow. Yee, back to Pyre. Well, goodness, the roots of Lu Sukurin, it would appear rumors are correct. The Nightwings have returned. Oh, but where are my manners? One moment. The sap claws at his mask with his wispy fingers. Much better. H. Manly Tinderstaff, at your service. Perhaps you've heard of me. My fellows and myself, you perhaps know me as Chastity. We soon stand against you in the rights. From now on, I am just willing away the time making small talk. Now then, as I've introduced myself, your turn. To whom am I speaking? Then in your mind's eye you see Wolford, and you hear his voice. Manly Tinderstaff is not to be trusted. Reveal neither yourselves to him, nor me. Well? Beneath her master Drell stares back at him in silence. You suspect Wolford's message may have reached every member of the group. Why now? How rude! Or how very rude indeed. Well, fine, ignore me, but you do so at your own peril. Anyhow, this evening the rite commences, any moment now, then I'm afraid ignoring me won't be an option any longer. Oh, and now I do believe the sky is beginning to show. We'll have to chat again some other time. Now come along, come along. Manly bows again and wanders off into the clearing as the stars begin to burn. Ooh.
Once again, the stars align themselves before you, reader. We are now at the Glade of Liu. I have to say, you've come so very far. But there are those, such as your adversaries called the Chastity, who have toiled for this too. They know that with their freedom comes great opportunity. It could be yours instead. Please show the Chastity that the Nightwings are superior.
I wonder, O honored Nightwings, how well you know these woods. Why, these woods would strangle you, and I'm afraid I could do little to stop them if I tried. You might be better beware of them. When Jadrell continues to ignore him, he grows upset. Why, you insolent. Then fine, let us begin this dance indeed. He shoves his mask back on his hat in a huff. And allow me to thank you in advance for helping me return unto my proper station of the Commonwealth. Okay. Oh, they've got people too.
Now let us get started. Pray. Tizo.
You can count on your reader, darling. You are quite ready, finally, O Nightwings. May all the masks of your ensure no harm should come to any of your lovely countenances? Now, come along, come along. Let us give start with our show. Oh, where's my mouse? Oh, I see. May I present to you Humblebolt Manley Jr. Why he is every bit my equal, imposed to guarantee the timber staff line shall have a bright future. Bright future. He goes on and on about his sapling for a while. Can we be quiet now so we can do the right?
Here's the definition of while.
No.
A period of time.
Google, stop. Ahem. Dude is full agreement with the course of the action and eager to make Manly shut up for a while. Now, isn't he just the most precious thing you've ever seen? No, he's not. Something but an extension of Manly. If he is banished, the sapling should cease troubling you as well. Okay.
Manly and his offspring hold no small degree of influence within the Commonwealth, Breeder. There are many who would welcome his return, though none so much as he himself. Somebody get the orb. Wherever did the Nightwings go? You'll have to do better than that. A shameful outcome. So sorry for the wait there, reader. Your Pyre is the first to falter.
I don't understand. Like, I don't know how to banish him then.
Extinguish now their fire. Gray plunged into the fire.
Oh, that... What's this? It seems the woods themselves are closing in upon our little tower. Oh, be careful now. The grasping roots and vines. They'll hold you in such high esteem as I do. Okay, so... Titsu should do...
Your adversary Manly is comfortable in this suffocating glade. Yet he longs now for the comfort of his Commonwealth estate. Perhaps such wealth ought to be reserved for him.
There we go. Oh dear, their woods are closing in comfortably close at that. Whatever shall we do? Perhaps you stand aside a while so we could put an end to this much shorter. Alright, I need to switch to Tizio.
The orb. Alas for Ray.
Ah, I didn't mean to do that! I didn't mean to do that!
Unacceptable.
I didn't mean to do that. I didn't mean to do that! Yeah. Say, have any of you noticed the feeling rather crowded out here? Almost as if the Hundred Minds himself resists you being here. Yes, I rather think that's it. So cease with all this scrawling about this damn orb and let me handle this. Okay, where's my mouse? Hiya!
No,
Damn
you
it.
don't. All three Nightwings.
Where?
Glory to the scribes. Now then. Banishment for all. No sign of the chastity for now. Pyre has doused the flame.
Alright, I just need to do one more. Alright, you Nightwings, I've had it up to here. Or perhaps it's simply I've had it up to here with all these encroaching plants, these miserable things. Either way, I don't appreciate how you've ignoring me. Okay, well, that's fine by me.
Audacious, aren't we?
Dang it.
Patience, reader.
Ah, my finger popped. Oh, that didn't feel good. Alright, I just need to get Pamitha back out here. There we go!
The Nightwings prevail yet again.
Yay!
The scribe showed them a bit of favor in the end.
Ah!
The right
Ha!
is complete.
I knew we could prevail, though Mr. Tenderstaff there, I think he really is upset now. Scrahiha! Tizu is fired up. Prevailed against Manly and Chastity, and the Chastity. That ought to wipe the smug look off that sap's face. Well, my. Oh, worry not, O Nightwings. I'm not angry with you, honestly. But I am very, very, very disappointed. I thought perhaps that we would have something going here between us. You scratch my back, I scratch yours and all. Instead, however, you decided to spit in my face. Fine. We'll have to see where all your rudeness gets you. Now, tit-tit.
Always is there greater knowledge to be gained.
Good job, Tizio. Yay!
Exiled Pamitha perhaps can learn the errors.
Well, Tamitha, soon I'll be catching up with you, whether or not you like it. Alright, let's see what she's got. Flying moves faster than usual. Fucking, like, I don't even have to look at the other one.
Until the stars align.
That was well done, my boy. I am beginning to see why your companions vouch for you. Don't let it go to your head, of course. Bam. Bam. That's all I gotta say. Bam. Okay, let's see here. After prevailing over chastity, in last-ditch effort, you return to the wagon and consider your next move. An adequate performance back there. Adequate? Yes, adequate. For the next part of your plan, go now, your reader that here... blah, blah, blah. Go. Have your reader there consult the stars, see where they have to take you next. I will give you a hint. It's further north, and it's going to be high up. This night here you say high up, and it's going to be cold. Well, let's see. Come on, my friend. Let's go have a look outside then. Something that Volford mentioned. I just want you to know, I don't know what he means. We're here because we're going to be free again. We won't be living out our days as exiles. That's our plan, as far as I'm concerned. But there's always a catch, right? We'll see what Volford has to say. Anyways, I'll leave it to you. No matter what, we're getting closer thanks to you. Alright. Yeah! Seek next destination. No? Okay. Well, boop, boop, boop. This one. Is this the final one? It looks pretty. So now you see it yourself. Summoned to the north, and looms Mount Adiel, the very top of Fall of Solomon. You confirm the stars indicated that this exactly. Volford, sir, how did you know? Volford smiles at him, but you sense his thoughts as though he's directing them at you. Oh. Oh! He turns back to Hedwyn. Your reader's skills, while rare, are not unique, but as I said, I will let him do the job. I see that you have something special going here, which benefits the plan. What plan? I thought this was about our freedom. Oh, I fear not, my boy. It is indeed. Oh, fear not, my boy. It is indeed. Plenty of time to tell you about it on the way. From now on, however, you look like you can use some rest, and for that matter, so can I. If you'll excuse me. You sense your companions are exhausted from the recent travels. Given the road ahead, you agree it would be best to take a night to recover as soon as possible. As much as possible. Bam! Do we have a new book? No, we don't have new book pages. I want more pages. I want to read more. I want to know more about the setting. Wait. Is there? Yeah, no. There's still nothing. Okay. Pooh! Let's blow these candles out. There we go. The cobwebs have been keeping out. I can't believe you! I can't believe you, Rookie! Took my joy away from me. Whoa, what was that? Whoa. The noses you with her bottle of moonshine. Drink up by all means, darling. Nice to find a boy after my own heart. She moves in close and lowers her voice. Let me tell you a little secret. That bottle there, it's enchanted. It never runs dry. Even, ever. Believe me. If it could, I would have known by now. Apparently it was spurned old bog crone that once tried to make a never-ending poison, but kept failing utterly until she threw her life's work away in disgust. I fetched a good price for it. Decided to take a swig one day while on the hunt for Tamitha, and when the things weren't going quite as well for me, they are now, you understand. Turns out it's pretty good. Their stuff is pretty good. Consider it for sharing, darling. Just everything in moderation and so on. She takes a drink herself as she brushes by you. Oh! Yeah. I didn't know. Can we get other interactions with characters? Okay, nope. I guess not. I was hoping, okay? Alright, let's continue on our journey. At dawn, Volford is already up. He reveals to you a pathway through the woods into the cold lands of the north, beyond which lies your next destination. Where's Mouse? There's Mouse. Go that way. That way. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. Ooh. The Scorn's Shore. It's pretty. It's so pretty. You get clear of the woods at last and arrive at lands grown cold in the shadow of the Mount Adriel. Aldriel? We'll go with that. Aldriel. You will have to make it all the way to the top. In a moment of respite, Volford calls everyone together to discuss matters pertaining to the rites, and plan on which he alluded. You banded together with a common faith of freedom from the downside. It is not impossible, am I correct? But let me ask you something. What does freedom even mean to you? He looks in your directions as he asks, defying you to answer. You can't sense his own thoughts on this subject, and only know the truth of how you feel. Achieving inner peace, having no master, going where you please, to feel true love, living without fear, nothing at all. Remain silent. Living without fear. You tell Volford that the freedom means living without fear and not being subject to persecution or retaliation for one's thoughts and choices. He considers your remark for a short while. Good answer, my boy. I happen to agree. Fear takes hold in freedom's wake. But fear is a natural impulse, is it not? A common feeling we all share from time to time, a deeply rooted impulse there to aid our judgment and spur us into actions of courage. If not fear, I doubt we could accomplish very much in life, and just now we stand upon the brink of accomplishing something vital. He then turns his attention to the whole group. Now let me tell you all the freedom means to me. Freedom means to live life without fear, just as the reader stated. To be able to indulge in one's curiosities and passions, at least the ones that cause no harm to others, without the constant threat of judgment or reprisal. Freedom means not being made a criminal for what you know, or whom you love, or what you choose to think or not think. He looks out towards the distant mountains. In the next few days, your time in exile could come to an end. You could see the Commonwealth once more, and you would be exiled there, given the highest honor. Oh, exalted there. Sorry. Blah blah blah. You would be exalted there, given the highest honors, the opposite of what you have here. But you would not be truly free, I think. At least you would become complacent to an ancient system that would design the cast down others such as you. It is a system whose well-intended founding principles would long been lost, and the 8 scribes, if they are out there still, have made quite clear they shall not intervene firsthand. That is where you come in. He turns to you, and everyone again looks at each of you. Long have I wished to gather such a group, that together we might see seeking the freedom only ourselves is too modest of a goal. You share the higher calling now. The plan, then, is this. We free each other from the downsides to the rights. Then we meet up on the other side. We organize. Each new moon at dusk will join together in a spiral sacrum. We need as many of us there as possible. My agents on the other side shall explain the rest. You're plotting a revolt. Just so. I am asking a lot. Do you have other options? Deceit, however, is not one of them. And reader and myself, you know by now, can see through it. But you need not be a part of this, nor is it in my interest to consort you. You may go your own way if you wish. Live out your remaining days here like so many others. So if anyone among you prefers that, if you cannot see yourself continuing to strive together in the Commonwealth as you do here, then speak now. Fulford pauses for a time, examining each member of the group. No one stirs. Very good. Some of you consider yourselves friends, some others not. But all of you here bond together through the rights and are integral to our plan. Remember that. You seek true freedom. You will not find it waiting in the Commonwealth, but together we can bring it about, both for yourselves and others. That is my promise. He then lets out a long breath. That's it. I ask that you all think on this, and let's reconvene along our journey to the summit. Fulford turns towards the mountains, leaving you to consider what he said. The plot of the wagon's northward path. Whoa! Part of that kind of got me a little teary-eyed. Beyond lies Mount Elodol. I suggest we make camp here in base of the mountains, and we shall need our spirits and our strength to make the ascent. I don't care what you want. There. Alright, Fulford. There you are, my boy. There was something which I wanted to discuss with you in private. Fulford stares at you rather intently as he reaches out to you, and then... Do you know what it means to be a reader? Those such as we are not limited to reading pages from a book. Though your ability is, in this I sense an ascent still, more flashes, uncontrollable. I see, as well, now, that they haven't told you yet. Your friends, that explains a lot. They haven't told you readers such as you cannot go free. I had wondered why you would insist on pressing onward with this group in light of this. The answer then is plain. You simply did not know, or fully realize. They did not deceive you, by the way. There is no reason that they would know themselves, other than Tarquah. Tiki? I never know how to pronounce his name. Who shall not influence your thinking in such matters. Rather, I had expected when at first we met, that you had already known the truth of this from having read the passage of the books of right, which states it plain. Only those who shall conduct the rites forthhand shall walk the path towards enlightenment, and becoming eligible to regain their freedom. Perhaps you have not gotten to that part just yet. Volver breaks free from you and looks at you again. Then he speaks to you as normal. It is plain that you are not in adequate condition to conduct the rites, and this group values you as a reader. I wish only to ensure you understand what you're getting into here. Despite whatever hopes and dreams and promises might have been shared, I do not think that the rites can help you return, if that is what you had in mind. Once again, I invite you to depart, and I will see it that you are compensated. Do not misunderstand. If it is your wish to remain, then you are welcome, but this journey we are on, it has no guarantees, not for you, nor any of us. Do you understand? Flare and life to keep your... Yeah, you don't care. The warning is off a little consequence to you. You have always known those keen to warn against one's course of action or another. None of it swayed you, and as ever, you shall forge your path. Very well. Your lack of concern is fine with me, although I do not share your outlook. As long as yours is not a lack of understanding. Know that we have much to stake here in this anyway, much more than just a shot at going back to the Commonwealth, which cast us down here to begin with. It sounds like you intend to stick around then. Then we've got lots more to chat about as we ascend the sacred mountain in the coming days. Until then. He strides out of the wagon and then leaves you with your thoughts. Excuse me. Mean Ricky. Earlier, Volford called the group's meeting, presumably to reveal his plan in detail. Instead, he reveals some bad news. Wait, what are you saying? What I'm saying, my boy, is while you can indeed get yourself out of here, it can't be all of you. We earn our way back one by one, and not at all. But I thought I swore we'd go free together. We may go together yet, but it's going to take time, and that's the only first phase. You, Hedwyn, and the others exchange glances. Let me make this plainer for you still. Here is how the coming days are going to unfold. First, we're going to ascend Mount Aludel. Again, fantasy names. There to the north. You may not think this wagon is fit for it, though rest assured it made the journey many times. Next we'll pass the scribe's gates. Only the worthy pass through there, as your reader could attest if he did not merely skim the chapter of the book. I didn't skim shit! I read that fucking shit, dude. Afterwards, we'll reach the fall of Suleiman, and meet our adversaries in the rites. They are to be the Tempers, led by the demon Ignis. You will know him when you see him. Both you and they shall choose someone from your ranks, then once a prevails, there's somebody will be whisked home to the Commonwealth. Whisked away to the Commonwealth? Precisely. Once returned, our somebody is taken in, clothed, and fully pardoned. The Commonwealth knows about this? The same Commonwealth that says sentences into exile is forever and freedom from the downside is impossible? Many of these details the scribes themselves wish to keep secret. Former exiles and the leaders of the Commonwealth alike have good incentive to protect those secrets well. Well, then that's it. We climb the mountain, someone goes, and everyone else stays? For most of those participating in the rites, yes, that is it. But I like your consternation, and indeed, for us, that isn't it at all. If one of us returns, it shall just be a step along our path. However, let's let that sit for now. Gather your strength, and we'll talk again on our way. Walford leaves the rest of you consider what he said. You have time now for your vocations at dawn. You shall begin send. Yep. Okay. Hack. Titsu is more than pleased to hear you tell him of the rites. You and Titsu spend some time reviewing some of the specific aspects of the rites, such as the properties of aura. You sense you gained something from it. Bam! That's what I was hoping for. Karihi! Titsu gives thanks to Habu the swallow for watching over and protecting him. Yee. Home. Titsu is mulling over the latest teachings with keen interest. Okay. Make sure that we don't have anything else. Can I read the rest of the book now? Since he wanted to talk mad shit about me? Excuse me. Okay. It's so pretty. It's so pretty! Like, look at this. Like, look how pretty this is. Ooh. Here before you lies Mount Aludel. We're gonna go with that. Aludel. Stretching far beyond the line of sight, somewhere upon this mountain lies the only place from which you can escape the downside. Your companions gather around before Volford, who stands tall as ever. Whether from the cold air or the subject now at hand, you can sense tension in the air. Now then, you all have questions, no? I've done a lot of talking, so go on, ask away. But there is only silence. One question stands out in your mind, which you refrain from asking yet. If only one of you is to go free at first, who shall it be? Go on now, don't be shy. Who first? Questions. Why us? Why you indeed, madam? That I can explain. You've seen the sort you stand against as adversaries in the rites. What is it that they want, do you suppose? They want their freedom back, of course. They'll settle for it on the Commonwealth's own terms. They'll gain their freedom and some cushy new responsibilities. Perhaps then they'll have a hand in sending still more exiles here to join us. Think on it. The Commonwealth rose from the ashes of the fallen empire, thanks to the efforts of the first exiles who escaped this place via the rites. It is the Commonwealth's first and proudest tradition to honor those who live to redeem their transgressions. They have certain wisdom, do they not? But as for you, I have been looking for a certain set of dispositions for a good length of time. All I needed was for someone appropriate to show up and to listen. So I planted many little eyes and ears throughout this land, whispering hints of those, absurd as it may sound, took someone with a certain faith and creativity to go for it. That someone proved to be Hedwyn over there. He was tasked with seeking 2 trustworthy allies and an old burned wagon and a reader. He was invited to bring others for the ride, all different sorts. Gather enough help, and he and his friends could be free. Long story, but you know the rest. So then, why do you? Why you? Because I have reasons to believe that you're not the sort to play right back into the Commonwealth's old hand. The rights, as you have seen, are quite exclusive. You are imposters in this little party. You could be the ones to break it up. Now then, more questions. Your head is beginning to spin as you excuse yourself or keep listening. You can excuse yourself or keep listening. Yeah, this is important. Thalford's explanations are a lot to take in, though you feel compelled to absorb as much of what he is willing to tell you at this point. He prompts further questions when Dredrell raises her voice again. Hold. You mistake my meaning. I understood your plan. Still I wish to know why us. Why are we, among all others, chosen for the liberation rites? Ah, I see. Well, but that is simple, really, madam. You are chosen, you are qualified, I should say, because as the expression goes, 'tis what the scribes ordained, though in this case the expression is quite literally true. When the 8 created the rites, each one of them atoned certain other exiles to participate on their behalf, exiles who showed some promise of redemption. The triumvirates they formed have stood the test of time, replenished their numbers as the individuals move on or passed on. You've met as they are today, the accusers, the withdrawn, and so on. The 8 scribes also formed a special group, among which all of others would be judged. The group they called the Nightwings. You bear their books, wear their masks and raiments. You need but show up to the rites, and you see the others, erstwhile jockey for position, for a chance to take you on. Yeah, well, what if we don't? What if we don't show up? Then you would deny yourselves a chance of freedom, and deny it also to your adversaries. Victory means nothing to a common rate, then. Participation is all that matters. Not so, madam. Only the enlightened can regain their freedom, while failures can be excellent teachers, the scribes do favor the victor. So you see, those who do not conduct the rites, or do not prevail in them successfully, they may find themselves barred from liberation rites, but these are technicalities. The Nightwings disbanded years ago. Since then no one has gone free. Yet still the others, triumvirates, pressed on, with fleeting hope that one day you'd be back. It's a very heavy price to pay in all of this. Now, if you'll excuse me, we'll talk again another time. Some murmur to themselves about all this. Fulford takes his leave. Others recant pathway leading up to the mountain and present you with some options. Okay. Up through the mountain. We're gonna go that way. Because, I feel like we're kind of nearing the end here. Sublime beauty of the Mount Odell, along with the thin air from this high above the sea, has begun enough to silence even the most talkative of your companions. However, Ray has positively bursting with excitement. Isn't it wonderful? I really think it is, don't you? Skrkuku! Teen seems to not share Ray's enthusiasm. He does not like the cold. You've been here before, Titsu, isn't that so? Why would you ever leave here? I wouldn't leave. I'd stay. I think I'd stay. Unless maybe I got too cold or hungry. Wait, is that? Something about her changes then. Wait, look, but Titsu, don't you see? Look, don't you see them there? Let's look at our key? Seems to be examining something utter disbelief. You yourself see nothing, but Ray raises almost all of her feet as the imp looks on astonished. Was that the scribes? It was. I know it was. They said something to me. They spoke to me. They told us we are welcome, that we are welcome here. Ray runs off to spread the word among all of your companions. Strangely enough, her enthusiasm is infectious, and in spite of everything, your spirits rise. Yay! Okay. Headwind doesn't have like a strong... we just... bloop. I swear, we traversed this area really crazily. At long last, the worm surges towards the waters of the cistern. You decide to join him for a brief exertion there after another hard day's ride. You find him in a shallow pool, appealing very much contented. This night, he thought he may never again feel fresh water, cool caress against his scales. He sighs, splashing about for time to time, and he turns his attention over to you. You, Master Reader, are most kind to take with you this awkward night. He swears to prove himself to you and the rest. He knows, soon now someone may go free. He knows the choice of whom may weigh upon you heavily indeed. For it is you who ought to make the choice, is it not? This night has heard it from the others, so it must be true. Now listen, please, upon what little honor this night has. This night presence is not yet complete. There must atone be done, so when rises to the occasion to decide who ought to free, this night wants you to know something. Please do not choose him, not even if you wish, not even if you can. He begs for you to allow this night to the simple dignity. With that, Sir Gilman sinks into the waters. His tail waves at you to leave him be for now. Ooh, good job, Gilman. Huzzah! Great wisdom cloud over this night's entire consciousness. Alright, I think that's gonna be the one we check. You and your companions gather at the scribe gates, where the single narrow trail to the summit narrows even more and falls under a archway carved in stone. Come along now, everyone, and prepare to speak your mind when you are called. Frankly, most of you still lack enlightenment, but we may pass together much how we act with a single heart and mind during the rites. Well then, lead on, Turquoise. I really don't know. Please follow me. Removing his hat, the lone minstrel approaches the gates, and you and the others follow. When last your companion nears the arch, you notice someone standing high above who appears before you. She eyes the lone minstrel. Is that you, Turquoise? Greeting, Celeste. And how was your rest? Too long, Celeste. It seems your work has piled up in the meantime. You bring this many to the gate? Aye. Then let me make this quick. She gestures towards the rest of you. Now each of you in turn, state who you are and why you seek whilst crossing the scribe's gate. Do as she says, please, without questioning. Your fellow exiles exchange glances but quickly comply. I will start. They call me Headwind the Deserter. I have come here seeking my freedom, for myself and my companions, in my case, so I can return to be with the one whom I love. The woman bids him forward. The lone minstrel prompts Ruki to speak up next. I am regarded by the name Ruki Greentail. I just want to get out of here, I guess, with my chums, preferably. Go see Mama back home. I am Captain Jodrell, and I do not truly know as of yet why I am seeking here. Oh, my name is Ray, and I am here, I think, because the scribes have called me. I must be them. It must be them, because if not, then who? Scrahi! Titsu seems to live up to the Nightwing's legacy, and maybe sees the Commonwealth someday. Sir Gilman, the Sea Dominion, at your service. This knight is on a quest to find his honor. He lost it at a certain point. Pamitha Tython. I'm the only here because my sister's here. Then as Zulford steps forward, the one called Celeste raises her voice. You, I recognize you from the Nightwings of the past. You are not clad in raiments any longer. I would know why. I had my chance already. The Nightwings that now stand before you, I travel with them as a pilgrimage now. I see. Then state why you are here, as have the others. My name is Walford Sandalwood, and I seek liberty for each of us, so that one day we all might stand shoulder to shoulder on the other side and bring freedom to the people there. She waves him by. Then she turns to you, for there is no one left to go. Just a crippled scholar, farmhand. You don't know who you are. Can't for the life of you recall the time of being before arriving in the downside. Detail of the Commonwealths are scarce within your mind. Perhaps you wanted to forget that place. The one called Celeste continues to examine you, expecting you to add to your response. I want to help your friends. You want revenge. You want to see what happens. I want to help my friends. The companions you have met here who have helped you survive and to find kinship in the downside, your priorities to ensure that they achieve their goals. That is all you wish for now. The one regards you for a time and then nods once and waves all of you by. The 8 scribes bid the Nightwings welcome here. Go forth with glory. Enter Koi. Aye, Celeste. Be on your way as well. The lone minstrel bows his head and puts his hat back. He does not look back at her. Ooh, sorry. Sorry, I didn't mean to hit the mic there. I'm just getting tingles. From top of the Mount Odrell, you can see the distant downside before you. You think on the many thousands leagues you cross to reach this point as the sky grows dim. Ah! Yay! What is this? Alright, page. Time to read the page. Okay. The Imp Habab and I, we helped save the Emperor, and when the danger did subside, the Emperor Solomon Mur, he said something to me, which shook me to the essence of my being. He said, "You gave your freedom, Master Golithan, so that I may yet have mine. You too now are in exile of the downside, and all the days of which I have left, I never could repay the mercy you have shown me. So if I cannot do so in this life, then I shall do so in the next. Then I shall do it in the next. We crossed the land together, and together with the imp, we gained the company of those who saw in him what I did. I want more! Just let me read the fucking book! Alright, Jodrell. Jodrell appears to be preparing for whatever has come this night. Though it is not yet dark, she's already in her raiments. Hedwyn soon joins her, also looking ready. Any sign of Ruki? None as of yet. Complained about chafing at the collar of his mask. Afraid it might be hinging on the collar then. I am certain that is it. They share a laugh together. The three of you exchange glances, but nothing is said, or needs to be said. Soon, if Fulford is to be believed, one of your companions may regain his or her freedom. Hey, what did I miss? Am I late? Is it starting? Is it starting yet? Easy, Rookie. We got a little time. It isn't starting yet. How fare your struggles with your mask, Greentail? Feeling a little better, thanks. Just had to smash it repeatedly against the wall for a little bit. Put some of the old nerves to bed. There for good measure. Though, is this really happening, huh? One of us might be getting out of here, like, soon? By dawn, in fact, if all goes well. If all goes well? That's one way to look at it, I guess. What are you getting at, Greentail? Well, it's just, we might be breaking up the band here, people. If one of us gets out, that's bugging me for a while now. I thought we were all getting out of here at once. Yee, only one of them. He shoots a look at you. Some of us might not be getting out of here at all. Hemming slams his fist against the wall. No, not if I can help it. We made a promise to each other, each of us, the four of us. We're all getting out of here. I care about the others too, I do, but we've been here from the start. I want you all to know my promises to you, and I believe that you'll all do the same for me. So it's like this. If any of us get out of here, great. But that's just the start. We're going to do whatever it takes on the other side to make it so the rest of us can go back, too. What, you think you're gonna build a bridge down here if we ask nice or something? I don't know what it's going to take. I just know we have to try. Jodrell turns to you. Reader, we shall find a way. She nods to reassure you and reassure herself. Ruki nods his head in turn, and Hedwyn gaze never falters. Well, my friends, I think it is just about time. Let us go. One by one they turn towards the door. The fall of Solomon awaits, a vital step in your quest for freedom, yet you feel in your heart that it shall only be the first. You three companions gain +1 hope. Yay! Hey you guys, just so you're aware and all, I know that you come here. How come you made it all the way up here? Oh, I know, alright. You're here because I got the lowest prices in the downside. No, dude, it's not because of that at all. Ron's got the deals. Hey Rin, if you've played this before, right? Is this like the last big thing, or do we got more after this? Because I want to know if I should wait to do the next raid for the next stream day, or... Because I had read online that it was only 8 hours, so I don't know how much we got left here. Ugh. Pop back. Ugh. No, it's not at the end yet? Okay, well then. Let's continue on. Is everyone prepared, Hedwin? Yes, though several of us have another question that's troubling us. You need but ask. You said that one of us is going to return to the Commonwealth if we defeat the Tempers in this this night. What happens if we fail? Hedwin, my boy, don't you see? The path of freedom and the path of enlightenment are the one and the same. Do you intend to stray from the path? No. Then you have nothing to fear. Okay, I'll know, okay. But let me be much more upfront with you. Should you defeat the Tempers this night, then one of you shall end up going free, instead of one of you. It is simple as that. What then is done was the same as if we achieved victory. We await our next such opportunity and make most of it. Tonight our plan is set in motion. We are united in our cause. We are united in our cause, and we shall look as ever towards the stars for guidance and seize upon our future chances just as they arise. So look up, my boy, and set aside your doubts. It is time to take great strides along this path. The music started getting good again.
Since last the Nightwings gained the summit of the sacred mountain and stood upon the fall of Solium. You are to be commended for your guidance, reader, but only if you can prevail in this liberation rite. Here you stand to gain much more than some enlightenment. Your adversaries are none other than the Tempers. I trust they need no introduction. Soon, one among you shall regain their freedom.
The pyres burn and each of the triumvirates is present and prepared. I concur. The pyres burn and each of the triumvirates are present and prepared. Then atone one of the Tempers. Come forth now and declare yourself and pay any respects you may have unto the adversaries of the Nightwings. A massive demon swaggers into view. He reaches for his mask. Whoa, he looks cool. You know who I am already, but look at what we got here. Damn Nightwings decided to show up. Almost figured we'd never gonna see the day again. He takes notice of someone in your ranks. Hey, you. He indicates to Drell. She scoffs at him. Lose the mask. Ain't seen one of our own in ages. Not in these damned robes. Dodrell's hesitation is almost imperceivable before she moves to remove her mask, just as her adversary asked. Satisfied? Whoa, you must be new. Dodrell soon puts her mask back on. Enough talk. Haha, I like you, curly horns. Tell you what, once we put out your lights, you can come along with these guys. You're gonna have a spot open. Only shame is I ain't gonna be around to show you a good time. I should rather cut out your tongue. Oh, you don't mean that. Our kind ought to stick together. Now, come on! Ingress throws his mask back on as his allies snarl at the rest of you. Dun dun dun. Have the Nightwings reached a decision on behalf of who shall conduct the rites? Minstrel gets your attention in his subtle way. Reader, this is it. The first companion whom you choose shall be anointed to go free this night. Okay. Now, Nightwings, I would have your decision.
Who most deserves their freedom?
Oh, because he hasn't gotten... Oh, and neither has Jojo! I'm gonna do her then. You mean me? I'm to go home? But the 8 scribes, what if they still want me to stay? The Gate Guardian looks upon you and your adversaries. Very well. Then under the watch of the 8 scribes there shall be staked this eve. The Bershing Rite. Shall the Nightwings prevail, the one called Ray the Wretched, shall be liberated. Should the Tempers prevail, the exile Ignorus, shall go free instead. She then turns to you. Now, who among the Nightwings shall complete your triumvirate to strive alongside Ray, the Wretched, to see and return to glory?
Who shall stand with her?
I feel bad because Hedwin should probably go.
Tizo.
Harikakun! Yeah. And then we're gonna have Ruki.
Ruki.
Sure, no pressure. Right, chum?
Choice is cast.
Very well. The 8 scribes accept your choices. Reader, Nightwings. She then indicates the lone minstrel. Now, you yourself prepare to Turquoise. Aye, Celeste. Then let us begin. Nightwings. Been waiting an awful long time to get out of this hole. Try and stop me.
Commence.
Shit. Shit! Where's Ray? Shit, I was trying to switch! What? No, come on. Damn it. I have the cap locks on now. Ah. Yeah, right? You good for nothing Nightwings. Skip out of us for years and years and then show up all of a sudden like you got, like, let somebody out of here for once. But now you gotta work for it, I guess. Damn it. I used to be the best at this at least, but now the pressure's getting to me. Can't believe it's getting to me. Mora, I doubt you'd recognize me anyway. Come on, Nightwings, let's keep this up.
All banished. Ye plunged into their fire.
Yeah, the singer is really good.
And a lick of flame remains.
Dang it.
Unfortunate.
Yep.
There. And there it is.
There it is.
The Nightwings proved their worth. As for their adversaries,
Yeah!
they did not.
Yep, that's true, they didn't.
Thus ends the liberation rite. And thus, the scribes have chosen. The exile appointed by the Nightwings shall be free. Absolved of all misdeeds. Return to glory in the Commonwealth. Her adversary and all others shall remain to carry out their rightful sentences.
God, what a joke. You should have had this. You should have had this. I got all rusty. I've been waiting so damn long. Damn it, damn it. Nightwings. Be seeing you around, I guess. And next time you ain't gonna be so lucky. I can go home? I think this means I can go home. She sets her eyes. By the scribes. By the scribes. But what will happen now to you? To all of you? Can you not come with me? No. No, they say not yet. The scribes, they say not yet. Although I think your time will come. Your time will come. And I will wait for you, because I do not have friends back home at least. I didn't used to. So, I want you to come join me there, okay? But now, the scribes are calling me, and so, goodbye. She falls into the shimmering pool, and then she's gone. Goodbye, and please, those scribes, watch over them, okay? May earn back her freedom.
Godspeed, moon-touched one. The 8 scribes are ever merciful. By their grace, the cycle of the rites may soon commence again. Until the turning of the stars, farewell.
After your victory over the Tempers and liberation rites, you return to the wagon to decide how to proceed from here. Hard to believe Ray's gone. We all look on the bright side. It's one less mouth to feed. We'll see Ray again if we Persevere. Our journey now begun in earnest. We'll just need to make a few last preparations while we're here. What about the stars? Can we afford the time? About that, reader, go see for yourself. The night sky over Mount Adel is much darker than what you have expected. Your thoughts are the ray as you look towards the heavens. Seek your next destination. Those stars are shining now. The stars revealed nothing, did they not? Confirm his suspicions. It is how the book foretells. This is the chance we need to make ready for what lies ahead. When there is a haven south of here that we can travel to at dawn, and then when the stars decide to shine for us again, we'll be ready. Mark my words. What? 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 Sometime after the liberation rite, you find Jodrell staring at the wagon's walls. Little brother. She would call it Reader. This wagon was the one of the girl's only friends in this world, and now they have parted. She will be mournful by tomorrow, I should think. She lets out a sigh. The girl had nothing in the Commonwealth. Life in the downside is scarce worth living most days, except for one such as she. I fear it may have served her better to remain within our care. Within my care. I didn't know that Jodrell worried about Ray. She trails off for a while. The orphans of the fallen veterans with whom I served back in the blood border, she reminded me of them in certain ways. They each were very strong in their own right, often wiser than suggested by their youth. Thus I do not know the source of my concern. I trust Ray shall continue to survive. My hope, however, is that she achieves something more than that she should find her place in the society this time. Perhaps she shall be integral to this plan of ours, yet what with her constant prattling about the scribes, who can say? The people there may listen. Either way, we managed to see her return. Many of those of us united in our cause continue to support each other there as well, on the other side. Jodrell nods at you in a salute. Thank you, reader. Rest well this night, and I shall see you in the morning's light. Aww. She retires for the evening, and you sense that she is feeling better about Ray's prospects, having talked through her thoughts with you. Yay! I definitely think that Ray and Jodrell, however I pronounce her name, are my favorite of the characters. Commence your journey. Sorry, I was taking a drink. Good morning, my boy. I placed a note. The place I noted earlier. Let me illuminate the way. Moonlight alcove. Hey, look, it's got a little well. Fulford leads you all of you in a calm, quiet clearing tucked away inside one of the mountain's hidden folds. All about you see a variety of strange items and equipment. Boop. Can I read the book? I want to read more of the book. You find Fulford seemingly lost in thought, and he turns to you. Greetings, reader. This wagon and I, we've many memories together, and I could not help reliving some of them just now. I suppose some aspects of my past may be relevant to you given your role. If there is something that you wish to know, you need but ask. Your sentence disbanded. Yeah, let's do that. He asked Fulford about his past in the Commonwealth, and how it is he came to be in the downside. How rather forward of you, my boy. Most whom I have met during my travels here have been reluctant to approach the subject of one's history before one's exile. Nevertheless, I'm happy to tell you. As a reader, I assume you're familiar with the stamping press. I owned and operated one. I took issue with the Commonwealth, the ban of literacy, the interminable wars against the high-wing raiments. I spread the truth about it all with my machine. I think that's one. Ye. Under a pseudonym, of course. Still, I knew I was putting myself at risk, and sure enough, my stamping press was eventually discovered and burned to the ground. I, however, managed to elude capture for a while. But not long enough. Here in the downside, I chanced upon the Nightwings, who were searching for a reader. In that respect, my past, I think, is similar to yours. Anyway, that is the long and short of it. Now then, was there anything else? Yee, let's hear about all of this stuff. You expressed interest in knowing more of how the Nightwings came to be here, and Volford's past connection to the group. I have been connected to the Nightwings almost since the beginning of my days in the exile. They found me in the manner as I understood, quite like how Hedwyn and the others found you. Back then it was a smaller group than what we have now. I joined the exile called Erisa, and the other known as Aurelich. Ooh. We got little portraits. Once in a while, we let little Tizu stand with us as well. He's rather older than he looks. The other triumvirates we stood against, they feared us. Only the Tempers presented any threat to us in any given right. But there was a terrible accident. Arissa, we lost her, and Aurech. He was my friend. He fell from Mount Adele. We lost him as well, on the night when he was to be free. We were reckless, hasty, and I was powerless to stop any of it. I blame the rights themselves, the circumstances that put us into danger. The downside has claimed many lives, yet it was too much. I vowed never to don the mask and raiments. I had the black wagon cleared and burned, such that it would not be used again. If the Nightwings would rise again, it would be under different circumstances, under new leadership, and towards a different purpose. That is all I wish to say of this, my boy. Yee! You asked Wolford about the history of the Lone Minstrel, whom he seems to know quite well. Harquail was there with the Nightwings when they took me on. His manner has always been much as how you've seen. Although he is somewhat more cheerful now that I recall back then, if you can believe that, I think that our plan has sparked a little fire in him. He serves the rights in the Nightwings. I have tried to ask him about his past before, but he seems rather reluctant to speak of it, though it is plain that he is not from around here. This being the downside, I respect his wishes for privacy. Nevertheless, though I do not know too much of him, I count him as a friend. I lost track of him for some time, though, and it was first informing me that the Nightwings had returned. He and Tizu were instrumental in our meeting. It's been good to see him doing relatively well. Anyways, was there anything else you wish to talk to me about for now? Asked to be excused. You thank Velford for his time and bid him a good rest for the afternoon. Likewise to you, reader. Be well. Cool. Ooh. Let me pop my back a little bit. Ugh. Okay. Pop these candles. There we go. Bide your time. Everyone, the midst of the modest here in the moonlight alcove, but I suggest that you get comfortable. You may be here for some time. As for myself, I have some business to attend to. Please leave the wagon in my care for now, and I shall be ready by when you need it next. The mountaintop you can see all across the downside, and its impossible expanse staring back at you. The thought occurs to you that you may never see another land beside it. And so you and your companions wait upon the mountaintop in quiet solitude, anticipating when the cycle of the rites will begin to turn again. And you shall have another opportunity to free one of your own. You may even earn back your freedom one by one. Many moons pass. Then one evening. May I have a moment, reader? The lone minstrel finds you poring over books of the rites, as has been your learning through your stay at this abode. Begging your pardon, but there is something you may wish to see. Please follow me. You follow him into the cold night. Look forth, reader, sir. The stars shine like you've never seen. Once more the path towards salvation is revealed, but now something is different. Yeah, give me the fucking... Whoa! What? Each prior time you searched the stars, you were shown a single path. Now several rites avail themselves to you at once. Henceforth, you may choose from several different rites. Choose your path forward. What? That's so cool! Okay, cool, okay. Well, we're gonna go here. It's the farthest one south. The stars urge you to go to the Pit of Mythos, a long way off. Belford, sir, how are we to reach the Pit of Mythos? It is due course time. You know full well, Decree. Preparations are complete. You think you see the lone minstrel smile, ever faintly, but you cannot be sure. Please ask the others to gather their belongings, rest, and then assemble the wagon there at the dawn. We shall depart at that time. As you will, sir. The cycle begins anew. As the years advanced, you'll find there ought to be fewer rites. This time, until once more we are traverse the scribe gates. Exactly how many it is difficult to say, but our next chance to liberate ought present itself much sooner than before. So let's be ready for it. Now then, see you in the morning, reader. Ew. So do we really have to go through and, like, get the whole team out like that? Your companions have not traveled far from the Moonlight Alcove. Word of the news soon spreads throughout the group. Yeah, fucking continue our journey. Next morning, Velford calls everyone together before the black wagon. The old wagon is more than it appears. With Bertrand's aid, it escorts you across the sea. To me, now, it shall escort us anywhere the stars require. Come see. Alfred beckons you to join. Step inside. The story continues, yep. Whoa, what's this? There's so many cool things. Something has changed about the wagon's interior. What looked before to be old cracks and signs of age now expose various intricate components once hidden from view. We are the Night Wings. We should travel in their customary way. He turns to you, indicating levers and devices marking with symbols from the books. Now, reader, whenever you're ready, you may take us up, and take us up. I'll show you how. And everyone else, hang on to something. W. Whoa! After having soared into the sky, the black wagon remains aloft somehow. Hey, now we're talking! Impossible. Never thought I'd soar like this again. The Nightwings sail the skies again, wherever the stars may call them. There is one catch. The downside prevails. Few locals suitable for landing. Though we should be able to find at least a couple landing places near where we're going. We'll then make our way land or sea towards our destination. Now, without further ado, let us proceed. Yeah! Sail now! The skies! Oh, shift? Fuck yeah. A gloom hanging thick above the pit of Mythal, and all around it. You're brave to seek your adversaries here again, reader. Many of the downside believe it to be nothing more than a foul den, and they take the tales of Yashal Astralborn to be mythology, embellishing through the retelling over time. You have met others, such as the witch Udameli, can never pronounce her name correctly, who believes otherwise. Although, whenever their beliefs... Wait, what is this? Somebody's coming in. I know of no one who would go near this place unless the stars demanded it. Thus shall you, coming rights against the fate, take place in complete secrecy, as always the rights have. Let's see here. Boop. E. You return to the dismal region known as the Flogging Hands. Straight away you sense an air of dread, yet clinging hope that you can make your stay as brief as possible. You and the others check the wagon from top to bottom. Any signs of wear? Heaven double checks the air brakes and reports that they are working as expected. Jodrell finds the cabin pressurizing, acting up again, and causes her concern. Swift kick makes the problem go away for now, leaving you all with time to yourselves before the day is done. Therefore, this dismal aversion soon takes its toll on everyone. What is this? Okay. More book stuff! Yeah! Inspect. Once I too roamed free. I remember well those days in which I was called chief. I traveled all the world over on my 4 good paws, and I was well adored. I wanted to grow stronger. Here, at last, I have. Shall not mince my words. This place shall either harden you or kill you. It shall haunt you with old memories. You share the exile's plight. My charge is to alleviate the sting of it for you a little bit and prolong your stay, but only for as long as needed. Your charge is to return. We call this place the downside for a reason. Be it in time, here you can learn to eat, seek out shelter, and to find certain beauty in unlikely places. Oh, there's so many more pages! Look at this. Inspect. Forsaken lands. Years upon long years we've spent distilling life essence from many things which all once withered under the aruspice, I don't know, of their mortality, which we ourselves cut short. In this we have no regrets, for we learned much, and so we think they. We earned the title witch, and were forced to flee into the downside. Here we encounter Solomon Murr, and soon we gained an understanding of each other. He bade us circumferate these lands and catalogs our feelings. We felt strong desire to expose the secret of this land. He wished us to yield benefit to those who followed in our wake. Indulge us both then. Beyond the valley lies the Flogging Hands, which could be called a swamp if an entire sea could merely be called a lake. Soon after our arrival, several of us fell into dark despair. Such were the inversions. I found this rather fascinating, though. It held aspects reminiscent of the southern bogs we dealt with in as a tad. We grew accustomed to the dampness in the air and grew to savor certain twigs and beetles. It can be said that the Flogging Hands are an acquired taste, resembling only recommendable only to those of our same bent, or perhaps the downsized native imps. The sea surrounds the invers on three sides, appearing insurmountable at first. Mount Odaliel. Gaining the summit of the sacred mountain Odaliel involved no small amount of sacrifice and sorcery in the varying position. The mountains emerges more palatable, the sentence that we felt indescribable. The lands we stood upon were closer to the stars than the world we knew. It was upon the highest point in all of the downside that we first made efforts to consort this tome, which you now read. It was there that we were stricken with the vision of the cycle of rites, and felt together for the first and sense of freedom unlike any we experienced before. But that is a subject which our comrades shall illuminate in greater detail. Excuse me. I need more water. Good thing I got coffee right here, too. Do you feel kinship with the stars? You owe everything to them, perhaps one day even your freedom. I chased the stars across the rivers of my genealogy until they led me here. I demanded they explain to me the paradox of knowledge. For now it is that something can be shared, but still contained within ourselves. Is it eternity? The stars did not respond, but set me on a quest. I sought the 9 landmarks which they revealed to me, so that someday I would reveal their mysteries to you. These landmarks immerses of the stars, the 9 lenses through which we can see the land and see ourselves in a new light. At first I found it much too difficult to read, much less to write, even to grasp the quill. But the horned one implored me. He said this is the greatest gift that he can give me in return. In return for what, I asked? In return for his life, he said. But I did not save your life, I said. You did, he said. We fought about this still. Myr is stubborn, more than I. Now, herein, and by his leave, I chronicle the 9 triumvirates from I am of this land, unlike the rest, who wish to leave. We know not everyone could leave who wanted. Seldom would the opportunity arise. Thus did we recognize those striving for the chance into the 9 sets of these. The Commonwealth. We, the 8, assemble here together in the downside, and we gave our freedom so that you may yet have yours. In exchange we have not lightly made. It is my charge to ensure that you should regain your freedom, first off recognize its qualities, and also use it wisely. You do not need a pair of wings in order to be free. My own wings, I once thought that they could take me anywhere, and then they took me here, where I am bound. It is your charge to be free, and not to make the same mistakes. Spring from here, and learn from what we did, and build a new and great society, a free society, with wings spread wide for everyone. Oh, it's so good! It's so good! Okay, so I've read all those now. Nice you. Alright. And then we'll do Sir Gilman, and then we'll probably call it for today. Just so we don't, run over time, basically. Sir Gilman is shivering there after the Black Wagon's maiden voyage through the skies. Aww. Master Reader, this knight is very, very slightly out of sorts is all. He merely appears terrified, but he assures you that his seeming cowardice is but an optical illusion in this case. Pamitha overhears and joins you. Flying's not for everyone, Sir Knight. This knight heartily concurs, though how anyone at all can stand it he has yet to understand. Well, let's see. What is it like to swim in the waters of the sea domain? Ah, those glorious murky waters engulfing in hideous warfare, to be sure, but otherwise a joy to cut across, to feel the coolness of the waves beneath one's gills, and the like, though the knight is not accustomed to his life above the surface. Flying's just the same, Sir Knight. It resists those who are not born for it. I, in turn, have wondered what the seas are like, but the thought of swimming fills me with disgust. Though I haven't had to swim, and you now have had to fly. That is very brave of you, and you handle it better than most harp fledglings I have met in my day. You'll get used to it. She departs, but you sense that Sir Gilman's feeling better after the exchange. Yay! Wish him well. They're there. I saw that achievement. But yeah. I think that's going to be it. Wait, no, hang on. Your intentions to explore the gloomy hollows of the cold moat were dashed when you, on your arrival, several wagons, strong-willed drive-ins escaped. Fortunately, their disposition towards mischief proves well enough, and soon all of the imps are once again accounted for. Remember, I had one also has a nasty bite to show for it. I swear, my friend, they get me like this every single time. You address the minor wound, though, which ought to heal soon, but the incident took much of your remaining time for this day, and left both you and Hedwyn awaiting the merciful conclusion. Oh no, Hedwyn. Alright, let's see. Is there anything left? Keep moving that around. There. Yeah, exactly. But yeah, I think, that's probably gonna be it for today. We know what we're in for, I guess. We got a while. See, I thought it only said 8 hours online, but this is gonna take a while, I think. The next time that we can, mentor somebody, though, I want to mentor Hedwyn, because I want him to go next. You're welcome, Ren. Thank you for coming and hanging out. I really appreciate it. Alright, you guys, that's it for now. I will see you tomorrow, where we're gonna do a art stream tomorrow. So, yeah. Hope to see you there. Bye!